on the 31st anniversary of his coronation.
President akwenda kutabarucha mukama iguru rukira basajja mukama wa Bunyoro abokwike ya myaka 31 kuruga ijangoma ya Bunyoro.
I'm however sorry to find that he's sick. I called on him. We should continue to pray for him.
Akusasa muno kubasangira omugurusi omukama waitu na sasa kandi akurumizibwa baitu akusaba itwe n'abanyoro n'abana Uganda itwe na tumusabire baitu ajja kuba na mchekingao ngakwekere na mchekingao.
I have already seen him. Maziro kumurora.
President agambira maziro kumubungira mgwino.
I want to thank the committees together with the Omugo who are running the affairs of the kingdom when the king is sick.
Akwenda kusima akakiiko ka Royal Commission n'abakora n'Omugo hamu n'abantu bena abakutwara emirimo y'omukama mukasumika na arwaire na sasa.
When we restored the kingdoms, I knew what we were doing because I know this area very well.
Uyagarira obukama akabana amanya kyakugarawo kandi ekichweka kino kya bukama bwa Bunyoro n'obukama obundi amanyiri kyabaire nakora kandi nebichweka bimanyire kurungi.
We are part of the ancient culture of this area. I know the contribution of the kingdoms and their limitations.
Omugurusa agambire history ya Uganda agimanyire kurungi kandi ali hamu abo abamanyire omugaso gw'obukama n'obukama obundi bwe bicheke ebindi na contribution y'obukama.
Hamu na obunafu bw'obukama.
Hamu n'obunafu bw'obukama. Obucheke. Hamu n'obucheke bw'obukama.
The kingdoms, first of all, we had one kingdom of the Wachwezi, which united all of us for some time.
Mukubanza tukabana obukama obw'Abachwezi bwonka nubwo bwabaire obukama bwona itwena abantu kabatuli amu obukama bw'Abachwezi.
Had succeeded in uniting a bigger part of Uganda.
Kandi obukama bwa Buchwezi bukakora muno omulimo gw'okuleeta abana Uganda ebichweka bya Uganda ebiri hamu kubiteeka hamu.
When the Wachwezi kingdom collapsed,
Abachwezi bwe bagwire,
then we had these smaller kingdoms.
Then obukama obutaito obundi bweija.
But they also contributed because they were uniting clans.
Baitu n'obwo obukama obutaito mu bichweka bya Uganda byona bukutuyamba oba bukayamba kuba bukaba ne buleeta hamu ebika hamu ebika byaitu.
Because there are some other parts of Africa where the clans were separate.
Ntara ebichweka bya Africa ebindi ebika bikaba bitali hamu bitakunitinga. Bitakweteraniza.
And that meant they were in constant war, those clans.
So ebika ebi byayikaragani birwana mbi.
So
enganda zayikaragani zirwana.
At least the kingdoms united some of the clans.
Obukama bukaleta hamu enganda ezikuruga mu bichweka byona zabiteeka hamu zabitananizamu bafuka omuntu omu oba sayatemu.
Bakalengaho okugaita ebika ebimu.
Bakalengaho okugaita enganda ezindi zona.
However, they also had weaknesses of fighting among themselves.
Baitu kandi nakyo kikejjamu obuzibu kuba enganda zikatandika kurwanangana.
Osanga Buganda ne Rwanda na Bunyoro, Bunyoro ne Rwanda na Nkole, Nkole ne Rwanda na Rwanda, baikaro muntaro. So that was the weakness which the European used to conquer us.
Kata kakadyo ako nuko abakwera ke bakozeseize okutuwamba okutwara okufoka okuba ni batwe bembera.
Mukarora abajungu kubakozese abatuliri mu olukwe mu Buganda kurwanisa bunyoro basobole kuhamba Uganda. You saw how the Europeans used the traitors in Uganda to fight Kabarega and fight even Mwanga, the Kabako of Uganda.
Omugurusa akubayijukiza nti mu kwijjukira kurungi abantu abanda ababaire okwo mu Buganda Abaganda baketeranyizamu n'abajungu okulwanisa omukama waitu Kabalega omukama wa Bunyoro Kitara.
Even with Mwanga also.
Na Mwanga.
So therefore, we knew the strength of the kingdoms but also their limitations.
So omwebembezi agambire amanyire amaani g'obukama baitu kandi amanyire n'obuzibu bw'obukama.
And that's why, if you read my address to the Ruchiko, 1993, I made this very clear, how there was a contribution the kingdoms could make, but they should avoid the old mistakes.
Tugambire tugende tuseere rekodi byagambire mu Rukiiko rwa Buganda n'agenda gara obukama akabagambira omugaso gw'obukama baitu n'obuzibu bw'obukama obukulemesaga emirimu okulibata kurungi.
The modern states are built on democracy.
Ate obukama bw'ebiro bino oba ensi z'ebiro bino ensi z'ebiro bino tukuzombekeza amusingi gwa democracy.
The people to elect their leaders.
Abantu bekomera abebembezi baabo.
So that's why we said the kingdoms should not mix with the political issues.
Nuko kyamurugiraho president ku advisinga nti obukama tubuyina kutaaha mu bino ebya politics ebyayita ebya democracy ebya Uganda empyaka ebyobulemu obuyaka.
Let the people elect their leaders, but the cultural leaders have a role.
Agamba nti akasaba abantu b'obukama abantu babaleke bekomera abebembezi baabwe bakwenda baitu ab'obukama bakusobola kwabula n'okuwa amagezi mu bataka ne babagambira ebirungi n'ebibi.
Barugara baze byangire kubaza ebyawo. Ogo musigaze n'abazi ebye. The modern state, through democracy,
ntamanga mayaka nigaraba mu nkola ya democracy
chichuse endema ya hati.
Enema ya hati oba enfuga ya hati. Yes.
The governance of today, through democracy, the governments are responsible for legislation, administration, and politics.
Enema y'ebiro bino gavumenti ekuvunaanyizibwa kukola amateeka okufuga okwebembera hamu n'okulungamya.
And planning for the economy.
N'okutegekera amahanga oba ihanga.
But there is a gap which the modern states cannot do well.
Baita arakantu akakuburamu amanga gaitu oba democracy zaitu zino government empyaka zitakusobola kukola.
Who looks after the indigenous languages?
Owakulolera ennimi zaitu.
Because the governments are mainly conducting business in English and to some extent in Swahili.
Kubati government zo nkazaite zane za East Africa tukoisaga Rujungu n'Oluswahili.
So we said, no. This area will die if nobody is looking after it specifically.
Atuwa kusara mugamba nti waraleka ennimi zaitu ez'obuwanga zitali omuntu akuzololera oba akuzimanaginga zijja kufa.
So the issue of the indigenous languages should really be concentrated on by the kingdoms.
So ennimi zaitu byazirekera obukama bube ni buzikora oba ni buzirwaninga.
Assisted by the government.
Government ne bayambawo.
Then you have the issue of customs.
Kanti tuna obuzibu bwa
the issue ensonga ya emirwa customs. What do you call customs in Runyoro?
Embibo y'abantu. Emirwa y'abantu, emirwa.
The modern state is not very clear on that.
Ensi zaitu zino empya kati tizikubimanya kurungi.
Even the churches, I'm not sure that they are very clear about it.
Na makereziya na makanisa takumanya kurungi oba bimanyire kurungi.
Hati omu wekanisa wekereziya omu muzigiti aramanyota ngo musita taswera musita. Nibakimanya ekyo?
Ati mugurusa akaguza ntaba father na ba reverend bakusora kuba batamanyire nto musita taswera kuswera musita.
I challenged them once. I wanted to know whether they follow it or not.
Ntebunda akabakaguzaho nagonza kumanya waba bimanyiro bati babimanyire.
Because the strength of the African culture is that our marriages are exogamous marriages as opposed to endogamous marriages.
Kuba kimanyire nti obufumbo bwaitwano nti obufumbo bulina kuba buli
amani gabantu bekichweka kino nugariga omukutaswera abantu abarahe newe.
Titulina kuswerangana anuga amani gaitwano. Titulina kuswerangana ebekika tusobola kuswerangana bebika byaitu.
This is correct biologically and genetically.
Nti kino akakirora wakimanyire nti kiyikire mu bya biology arabire mu bintu bya science. Mu buzaale.
The endogamous marriages will produce weaker people.
Nti abantu abakuzaaranganamu bakujja kuzaara abantu abatalina amaani.
So the question was, do the modern government, because you can walk to the DC and you say, I'm in love with this girl and she's in love with me. We are adults, give us a marriage certificate.
Kubagambire enkora yaitu ya modern okusora genda mu district commissioner oba mu kota ali abana bakora byobufumbo n'ogamba omusikonu nkumwenda okamuswera.
Now who checks that?
Atowara arora nti gwakuswera taliwo oluganda lwe.
Then other customs also.
Then nebebika ebindi nemirwe endi.
The relationship within the family, within the clans.
Nkitakwenda abantu babe nibeswera mu bika byaitu oba mu ndira zaitu.
One reason I supported the restoration of the kingdoms was that one. Who will look after our very strong culture which produced a very strong people who could survive all these problems we had.
Niyo ensonga emu yesigira obukama bube niburora abantu bana abakuswerangana nti tibali bekika kimu nuwo tusobole kuzaara abaana abagumu oba bazaara abaana abarungi abakusobola kukora abaraguma nibakora.
The culture, apart from marriage, also includes food and other things.
Nti ebintu byaitu byenganda ebintu byo bihangirana ebyemirwa ebyo bihangirana alimu ebyokulya hamuna
and equipment.
Alimu ebyokulya n'ebikozesebwa.
I am 80 years old as you know.
Ayina emyezi 8 yonka. Emyaka 8 yonka.
And I'm going to be 81.
Ntajja kuyicha emyaka 81 yonka.
But if you want to wrestle here, we can sort it out.
Baitu omuntu takusobola ati nyeba rugara ati nsobola kurwana na mzee yakuntera hansi one round them knockout.
Kumkwano ngonza kufukana nyondo hano.
Ntuwe champion wako ngufuka nda ine myaka 81.
And one of the reasons I keep telling people, I don't know, God of course is the one who gives me the strength.
Ntakwikara nagambira abantu baitu wakimanyire ruwanga nuya moira amani.
But also what I eat.
Baitu nebintu byakwikara nalya.
I don't eat bread because I'm not a European.
Takulya migaati tali mujungu.
I don't eat rice because I'm not an Indian.
Takulya muceere kuba bwe tali muyindi.
I eat akaro.
Ali akaro konka. Enoga.
Muhogo.
Akulya ne muhogo. Ebitooke.
Amategete zaitu.
Omuzigo.
The milk.
Amata.
So, you wonder, why do people abandon the other time when there was war in Ukraine? People say, oh, we are going to die of hunger. Die of hunger, why?
Muzeeyi agamba abantu bakwikarane mutiina nti aroyo entalo mu bichweka nka Ukraine nti tugenda kufa enjala kuba Ukraine niwe etuwa wheat oba niwe etuwa engano nti tukufa engano yaki.
So they say, oh, we are going to get wheat from I don't know where. But I don't bother with wheat. I have my food here.
We muzeeyi takutalibana n'engano wakwerira akaroke.
So that side of culture, who looks after it?
So akaguza owararolera ebintu byaitu ebyokulya ebyaitu ebyaloko ebya bunyoro ebyobuwangwa ebyo byenzaalo
ebyakasangirwe hano
ebyasangirwewo.